Okay, we're recording. Okay, so I'm going to jump right into it because I don't want to spend a lot of time doing that. But I do just want to show you guys, like what does my screen look like? Where do I focus? You all, I think, have seen the Power Hour sheets that we work off of. So basically, I do my Power Hour with everything turned off. Oh, yes, I need to make a sticky note. I really should just like on my alarm, like the Zoom link alarm, it goes off. I should have it say like, don't forget to record. But I probably would still forget by the time I signed on and everybody was on. So I just assume somebody will remind me. Anyway. Okay, so I'm going to screen share and show you guys just kind of what my screen looks like when I sit down to work. Take this all with a grain of salt, knowing that you might work differently. Again, my office is not set up, so I don't have my whiteboard. I don't have like my stuff with me. So this is like right now I'm like pregnancy mode, like food and pillow and yeah, but usually I'm sitting at my desk to be focused, but okay, so let me screen share so you guys can see. We're just going to walk through some stuff. Take notes if you want. Like, I am recording this. I'll post it on YouTube if you want to go refresh yourself on some of these things. But most of this stuff you should know or, like, you'll remember. Just we're going to cover it just so that you kind of feel comfortable of, hey, Bree is 2 years in the business, does the same thing. She finds her information the same way we do. There's nothing, like, secretive that I'm over here doing on my computer that's making me, like, mad boss woman. It just is the same stuff. So let me share my screen for you. Can't breathe. Okay. And ignore my really messy desktop. I haven't cleaned it in a while. So can you all see that? Thumbs up or something. Can you guys see Google? Okay, cool. All right, so we're going to start up with my Google sheet for follow-up names. So don't laugh at me. I actually have a notebook that I write names on, so this doesn't necessarily have all my names, but I have like a page of names in my notebook, and then if I'm on my computer, I use this to add people that I'm really confident that they're signing up in the next month or so, so I kind of add them to this. So this is what it looks like. It literally is, if you go to Google, this little guy at the top here, you have all, like if you create an account, you have all this stuff. So when I say Google Documents or Google Drives, or when I create my slideshows, this is where I go. So if you guys don't know this exists, which I didn't know this existed when I started as a coach, Google Drive is where I pretty much do everything. You hear people talk about Asana, about, their files, or put a script in a file. This is what I use. Sorry, my phone's on. I'll turn that off. Okay. So if you go to my Google Drive, I have all my documents. You can create new documents. You can do Google Slides, a Google Sheet, a document, a spreadsheet, all that. So that's where I do it. So when I say like go create a document, that's what I am talking about. You can do it in Word. You can do it wherever you want. This is what I use because it's easily obtainable and me to send a link to these files for you guys. Some of them are locked, so you might not be able to, like if I say go to my files or go to my Google Drive, or I send you a link, you might not see all these because some of them are locked. So I have follow-ups. That is my like little notepad of names. Like it literally has been from the beginning. Besides when I had a notebook, and I still have a notebook that I jot names because I work from my phone. So I'm not always on my computer to enter them. You can access this file from your phone. So I just am not that organized to add it to my Google document every single time. So it usually updates it every week, or I have it pulled up if I'm working on messages from my computer. I'll just pull that up. So that's what this is. Okay, so this is a document I have. So it literally has the month, and it just goes down. So you see like I have name after name after name after name. I have no crazy like organization to it. I literally have the month at the top. So you see June, I just put June follow-ups, and I started a list of names. Anybody that messaged me or that I invited or started a conversation with, their name goes on the list. This way, when I go to do follow-ups, it's not just the people that have purchased or not just the people that are, wanting to buy something. It's every single person that I've ever talked to, so that I know to follow up with these people regardless, so they see that I'm checking in, I'm messaging them constantly. And so I do like a month or two, and people get, re-added. So like this girl is now, I know, in my current list because she messaged me and was like, hey, I had my baby, blah, blah, blah. So that, for example, she would be, now she's in this current year. This is from last year, but anyway. So it's really simple. I don't have many notes. Sometimes I do, like, okay, somebody's pregnant, like I'm going to probably mark that. So when I go to like search their name to have a conversation, I remember like, oh yeah. Don't be like, hey, were you ready to join my group? I should check in and like be like, has this person had their baby? Anything like that. But I don't have any craziness going on. So interested in coaching. Again, I just have like a separate little thing where I put where I've talked to them. So I hope this shows you guys, like, I am no like mad tech savvy person with documents and spreadsheets. Like I literally have a list of names that I go off of. And I will pull this up on my iPad or on our desktop and then like search and message from my phone. This way I'm not like clicking back and forth, like, this and then searching names. I just have this pulled up on something and then use a phone or another device to, okay, I'm going to search Heather. I'm going to search Ryan. I'm going to search Aaron, and just message them that way. Okay. So really, really simple. You can get as crazy as you want with this. Like you see, it's really like August. You see, I probably use my notebook. If I went to August, I probably have a bunch of names in my notebook. So I kind of bounce back and forth. I'm a paper and pen person. It's just how I work. I wish I was tech savvy. I wish I could like get my life organized on my computer, but it frustrates me. For some of you that don't know, I have a little bit of dyslexia. So like just trying to figure out computer stuff is just not fun for me. And I kill joy really fast when I get frustrated on the computer. So I'm like, if I can write somebody's name down on a piece of paper in the month of October, I know I'm going to get back to them. And I'm not going to spend a lot of time creating this crazy magical thing. So the only thing that really happens in this list is green if they've ordered. So I know that they're a customer. So when I go to follow up, I'm like, oh yeah, they're getting followed up with my email. They're in my groups. I know I don't need to like search their name or whatever, because I do that in my challenge groups. So again, coaching opportunity, people I've talked to. Same thing. So red is, I highlighted that, we went from challenger to talking about coaching. Yellow is if they have been sent a link. Oh, look, Desiree, she's a coach now. She hasn't even been changed to green. But that's probably because she got moved to my current list. But yellow is if I've sent a link and they haven't ordered yet. So I know to like check in with those people every 3 to 5 days to make sure like, hey, did you get that link? How are things going? So I know how to, proceed forward. If I have a new coach or I have a new challenger to, make sure to get an email sent out, I can just update it to green when they've purchased. Okay, so enough on that. I hope that shows you guys like there's nothing behind my inviting and following up process. I know a lot of people do spreadsheets like that, or you can use the program called Asana, ASANA. And you can create kind of a list like that too and just set reminders. So if you want a reminder, you can put people's name in. So I would put like Aaron Montgomery, follow up in a week or follow up in a month. I can put the month and put a timer on it so it'll send me an email. I personally don't want 50 emails sent my way. That's not how I'm going to do follow-ups very easily. But I know Raina Odell, she's a top coach. She does that. So you go into your email and it's like, okay, for the day I have, these people that I've chatted with, and Asana sent me a reminder that, I talked to them last week. I need to follow up. So whatever works for you, but that's what works for me. So just know, like, that's how I've gotten where I am. That's how I'm going to continue. I'm sure at some point Aaron will help me organize that chaos or mess into something, but it's what I'm comfortable with and it's what works for me. So, okay. So team page, everybody knows where the team page is, I would hope, right? It's pretty straightforward. You guys know you can use the page to ask questions. I try to get in there once or twice a day to update you guys on information, anything that I find out from corporate or get, as motivation. And then I also have the group chats going. So if you're a new coach, you're in a new coach chat. If you're pushing a diamond and you're an emerald coach, you're in that chat. Or if you're diamond and above, there's a chat for that too. So usually I make those chats my priority to kind of check in with everybody at their level and share things that I think are important throughout the month that way as well. Okay, so for those of you that forget, the calendar is always our background. Okay, so they're not as pretty as they used to be because people said they don't use them or they forget, and I'm like, okay, I'm not going to spend hours on these. However, this is your gold mine when it comes to like, hey, do we have a sneak peek coming up? Do we have a challenge group coming up? I'm confused. What's the national wake-up call number? This is your like little cheat sheet, okay? It even has your to-do list, daily to-do list. So if you haven't printed that off, click on the calendar and work off of that, okay? So, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. I usually in the comments will post the challenge pack sales or anything else, links to groups or events that you need to be aware of. Most of the time I ask that you guys create your own events so that we don't, cross potentials with each other. If I create an event and you invite to that event, I don't want to be adding your friends and not know. So now that we have a bigger team, Stacy might have somebody that's interested, and if they join my event, then I'm not gonna see that we have mutual friends, and I'll add them, and it just gets messy. So usually I ask you to create your own events, and in this case, I run most of my groups in the same group and repeat them. So there aren't too many new links that you need, but I do post them here if you need them. A little tidbit here, I'm leaving this day, the live What is Coaching webinar. So I haven't decided if I'm going to host one on Wednesday or if I'm going to just record one for you guys and get that up on YouTube for you all to make an event, say check out my webinar. Everything would be the same. You would just share the link to the recording. So I'll keep you guys posted on what I'm going to do, but I'm going to be on an airplane, so I can't really host a live webinar. And that was just decided 2 days ago. Otherwise, I would have moved the date. We might just move it back a week, but because this is our sneak peek week, I don't really want to. So anyway, I will keep you informed, I promise. But you can post about a webinar anytime you want and go to YouTube and find my webinar and use that. So don't feel like you have to wait for me to be like, oh, when are we hosting a webinar? Just use a YouTube, create an event and say, check out my webinar tonight, and you post up that YouTube link at the time that you have set for the event. So you can really do it whenever you want. And then obviously next week, no team call, because again, I'll be gone, which I didn't even know I was going to be gone. I said no team call because it gets that last bit of the month. I just want you guys to focus on pushing on Success Club and helping your new challengers and your new coaches. It should be you focused time. And I don't have anything important to say that, you don't know already. So I love our team calls, but I think you should focus getting towards the end of the month. That just really should be diving into your challenge groups and what you have going on. So we have about 3 months left in the month, 3 weeks left in the month. And as you see tonight, I'm starting to promote the team open house. You all should be a part of that because I never changed the group, but promote that as your group, okay? Promote that as your, team. It can be your face, your live sneak peek into your awesome team. Our team, is hosting this event. Me and my coach. Don't just say, my coach Bree is doing this thing, you should join her, right? This is you, this is your team, you're part of this. So make it personal. Invite your friends to your event, to your group, to your sneak peek, not to your person that's over here, because they don't know who Bree is, they don't care, okay? So start promoting that. I would suggest you can create an event, you can use the posts that I've made and make them your own. You can go to my page and scan, you can see different things that I've made about it, but just make sure you're promoting. So check out different times to post about it. I always find Sunday night is a great time to post, final call or last call. I'm hosting this 3-day sneak peek. There's no requirements. Just join us, check it out. If you've wondered what I've been doing as a coach, join us. Comment below. I'll get you added. Something like that, Sunday nights are great. That's what I've found, but it did take me a year of posting at different times because your demographic may be different. For me, moms and such are getting their kids to bed. It's been a long weekend. They're jumping on Facebook between 7 and 9 on Sundays because the weekend's, winding down. They're getting on, checking out what everybody did over the weekend. So it works really well for me. Another time for me, for moms, is like lunchtime, nap time, stuff like that. But again, play with it. Every month you'll kind of get better at when I should be posting these things. If you post and it's a dud, if it's like 0 likes, 0 comments, don't freak out. You can do one of 2 things. You can delete it and repost it later and see if you get any new traction and see if you get more eyes on it. Or the next week, try something different, or the next day, try a different time. So there's lots of ways that I kind of played around with it to find my best times to really navigate. When are people seeing my post? When are moms on? So it might be different for you. So don't be afraid to post it a few times, or, like I said, delete the post, continue posting on in your day like you would, sharing your food, sharing your family, sharing your kids, sharing your job, sharing your workouts, and then repost it that night and see if it gets better traction. If you delete it, nobody's gonna be like, hey, you double posted, because it's deleted. So little sneaky tip there. I've done it before where I'm like, oh my goodness, like 12:45 was not a good time to post. Like nobody liked this thing. Nobody saw the webinar, nobody, whatever. So I deleted it and I moved on, and I posted that night and had about 5 interested. So don't be afraid. National Wake Up Call. Don't miss it. It's recorded. So you can take 30 minutes out of your day or out of your week to listen to this. It's way more information than I'm ever going to give you on a team call, because it's top producing. It's, coaches that have been in this business for years. And it's no secret sauce, but they all have something different to bring to the table. So make sure you're listening to those. When I cancel team calls, that's a great opportunity to say, hey, I'm going to go listen to a National Wake Up Call. They're all recorded. They're archived. You can get the podcast and listen to, you can go back as far as you want. They're all there. You can fast forward and skip through the rank advancings, and it literally takes 20 to 30 minutes to listen to a call. So I've done that and listened to ones way back before I was even a coach. They're great inspiration for the week. I love getting on live when I can. Again, sometimes I don't. I'll try to listen to it, the next day or two. They update you on information. Beginning of the month, they share what the challenge pack sales are. So you really need to tune into that, okay? All right, so enough about the calendar, but it's always there for you, okay? It's usually up within the first week of the month. I try my hardest to get it up the first, but sometimes it's, a day or two in. All right, on to files. This tab here, files, this is your best friend for information. When I say use the script, when I say send a lead an email, or when I say send a new challenger email, or when I say update your Success Club points, this is where you're going. If you're on your phone, you can't edit it, just use the comments tab, okay? So March Success Club, you can always just put, can someone update me to whatever? Or, we can see, oh, awesome, so-and-so got 2 points. It doesn't have to be edited. So if you're on your phone, again, that's okay. Everything in here from how to add to network. So we talk about, hey, go join groups, or go, search women in your area under 40 looking for, or interested in Victoria's Secret, or interested in whatever. You can do that, and all that information is in this file. Everything that I do, like pages, how you add people, it's all in here. Videos that I watch. So utilize that. Oops. Anything pretty much on the 3 vital behaviors you're going to find in the files here. What to say when inviting. This is gold. Like, I use these. I copy these and I paste these when I send invites. Obviously, I would change my name, or like take smile emoticon so they know that you're not copy pasting. That just looks stupid. But use these. Take 1, take 2, update them, make them your own. And again, go create a Google Drive document, make your own. Or make a file, in your own private little Facebook group for yourself, whatever you want to do. Use notes on your phone. I have zillions of notes of post ideas, stuff that I've sent myself or voiced myself. So anyway. Okay, so you get the idea. Use the files section. There's like new coach guides, there's videos, there's how to post on Facebook, how to sign a challenger or coach. I mean, simple stuff down to like trainings and, coaching emails. What should you send your new challenger? What does Bree send? If you've gotten the new coach email or the new challenger email, simply save those and change it to your name. Everything else will be the same until you create your own videos. Pricing. So I've had new coaches, hey, it's somebody in Canada. Guess what? We have a file for it. So pretty much everything here. How to create links. So if somebody's not doing a challenge pack or something that you can't do on the challenge app link, you can create links to take people places. Your Emerald, there's trainings. So utilize this. There's so much information in here. There's probably stuff in here that I would even use again that I probably haven't watched in a while. Okay, moving on. So I have all this pulled up. Your online office. Hopefully everyone knows how to get here because it was being a little tricky for me to pull up. So I pulled it up before, but you guys know to like go to Team Beachbody, go to login, go to coach online office. So that brings you here. Obviously your coach ID, your Success Club points. It says whether you're qualified for it with your Shakeology, all that good stuff, who your upline coach is, and who your star upline coach is. So if you feel like you've signed up with somebody, but you still want some information, you can see, you know, who's my star diamond upline, who's been running their business for a little bit that I can reach out to for trainings and such, because you might have a coach, you know, a new coach is your coach as well. And so you might both be getting the help at the same time. You can see and get their information in their email. Your volume, we're not going to talk about volume tonight, but we're really going over where to find information. So if you scroll to the bottom, the FAQ section, it's a good place to start if you have any questions, okay? You can pretty much type in anything. And if you don't get the answer, then your next best solution is go to contact us. And you can either email them, which can be really obnoxious, or this is my favorite thing, request a live chat. And it's probably not going to load. Yep, see, I don't know why it won't do that tonight. Super weird. Anyway, request a live chat. All you do is put your coach ID in, and it'll pop up with somebody, and it'll ask for your last 4 of your social to confirm you that you're the coach, that you're the person talking. I do this when I have a customer sign up, and they're like, hey, it said somebody else was my, you know, coach. Or anytime I sign somebody up, I'm like, just send me your order number, and I have your email. You can always go request a live chat, say, you know, a customer didn't show up. They will ask for email and their order number. You give that to them, and they will process a coach change and get it changed. So I use that all the time. And again, with any questions about your volume, about orders, anything, utilize that button. Even if you feel really silly, some stupid question that you're like, oh, I don't really want to ask that. They don't care. They don't know it doesn't matter. Just request a live chat and talk to somebody about it, okay? You're not on hold. You don't have to call anybody. You don't have to get on your phone. You can simply do it here. Okay. Back to over here. We went through my Google. Then the other place that I just wanted to show you that I use is YouTube. I still use YouTube. If you go to my channel, it's under my name. There's these handy little playlists. And so I try, some coaches don't do this, but I try to do playlists. So you see, you know, if you're a new coach, you probably are going to check out Coach Basics, and all our calls are recorded and posted there. All the trainings I have for new coaches are posted there. If you need some motivation, I don't have a ton, but motivation for your challenge groups, anything like that. All our team calls, if you missed one or there's one that you wanted to go back and get training on, and then our leadership group calls. And then anything else that hasn't been, you know, put in a playlist, obviously, you know, is right here. So again, if you're not looking for something from me, anything Beachbody related, you can probably find a video, like 50,000 of them. So this is what I do. Like if I have a question, this is what I do to do my, like pretend you're a doctor studying for an exam. You search in what you're trying to study, and you can watch as many or as little, or pick videos. If you're like, this isn't making sense, switch to a different one. You know, how to go emerald, anything. Just put Beachbody, and I guarantee you'll find 50 videos, okay? So that is what I do for questions I have in my business. Tools I utilize when I'm looking for things to help you guys. If it's a subject that I'm not strong in, that's what I do. I find videos, because top coaches post all their stuff. We aren't trying to hide anything. There's nothing where, you know, we're trying to, oh, we're going to be sneaky and have this crazy awesome training and not share it with anybody. Everybody shares their stuff. Lindsay Matway, top coach. Nina Myron, top coach. Raina O'Dell, top coach. You can go to their team trainings. You can watch all their calls if you want. Anything is at your fingertips. So I want this call to be empowering. I know it was kind of boring to go through that stuff, but I hope it breaks it down to say, hey, you know, if I have a question, there are tons of resources. Don't be afraid to go take that script and, you know, open a Google document and change it up, make it yours, save it, so that you're not wasting time, you know, on things that can be really easily, saved and duplicated. Okay. That's not what this business is about. You shouldn't have to recreate anything. The webinars are on my YouTube. So if, like I said, you want to run a webinar at the beginning of the month, you're like, I have a lot of people interested. I'm just going to create an event and say, join my webinar. I'm going to slap my face on a picture, make a banner and say, join, me and my coach tonight. We're going to share what coaching is all about. Hear a little bit about my friend Bree. She's a coach on our team. We're a top 100. Okay, we're 102. I say top 100, but we're 102, so we're close enough to say 100, right? I was so mad. We were 103. I'm like, we're going to crack into 100. And I got my report today. It was 102. I'm like, okay, when it gets into the hundreds, guys, it's really hard to bump. You don't bump as fast, but we will be there. We're going to be top 25 by the end of the year, I promise. Well, as long as you guys are working hard too. Anyway, so I hope that helped. Any questions? I think this is a question call, so please unmute yourself, ask questions. There's no stupid question. Anything. Was it helpful to go over that?
Yeah, it was very helpful. And I just I read somewhere today that, I'm sorry, it's Amber. I read somewhere that you shouldn't post on Fridays and Saturdays and Sunday nights that you become a coach. Well, I became a coach today. So, and I have Friday, Saturday. Thank you. My name is Nicole, and she signed me up, and I've been doing Beachbody, and it's great. I mean, I love the Shakeology. It's awesome. So, but yeah, is it good for me to post that I've signed on now? I'm a coach tomorrow, or should I wait till Monday?
What time zone are you in?
Not on the weekend. I'm Eastern Standard, Kentucky.
So is it 10:30 there?
Yeah.
I would wait. You don't have to not post, but
Okay.
big exciting posts like that, like I see some coaches, on our team and even off our team posting, join my challenge group at 12:30 at night. I'm like, well, I don't know who your demographic is, but I know at 12:30 I'm not going, yeah, I want to work out. Like, so use it as a guideline. Kind of think of when you're heading to bed. Like, are you going to get off this call, and wind down and probably be done for the night? Maybe you're, being a new coach, maybe you're going to watch training videos or something. I was really excited when I started, but for me, I know I wind down with this call. There's not much happening. You might have people scrolling Facebook mindlessly or out on the weekend, out with their girlfriends scrolling drunk, but I would just wait. A daytime post is great. Again, sometimes you have to play with it. Your new coach announcement, I made one 3 times, to be honest. I did one and I was like, man, like I looked at it 3 days later. I'm like, I wish I had done this. And so I made a better picture. I had just posted a picture of my challenge pack on my counter. I didn't know. I was kind of like, okay. I posted a picture of my challenge pack. I didn't even put my face in it. And I was like, well, I want them to know it's me. I'm excited about it, right? It's not just a stock photo. So I redid it and I typed a smaller one and was like, hey, I'm super excited on Monday. I'm going to start this. I hope everybody, can encourage me and support me in this. And I got a lot more traction because I asked a question differently. So don't be afraid. Facebook, there's a whole affinity thing where Facebook makes it so not everybody's going to see your post every time. So if you're posting at a different time of day and a different picture, I mean, I post the same wording. You guys might see, like, you'll see my posts trending, and I save those posts and I repost them the next month. So maybe a different selfie or something, but it's the same post because I am constantly growing my network. I'm constantly getting new followers on my like page. I'm constantly adding new friends to my personal page. So something that's inspirational and motivational, I save and I recycle. You can click. Now it's really easy because Facebook has what's called on this day, and it'll show you. So I've been a coach for 2.5 years. I've had some pretty bomb posts, not going to lie. I've read personal development and I took like an hour to make a certain post. So I can click on this day and be like, oh my gosh, I posted that a year ago. Like, that was good. I'm going to share that again today. And of course, I'll take a picture of myself now, not using the picture I used a year ago because it probably wasn't as good. I'm learning and growing just like you guys are. But, don't be afraid to reshare stuff. My challenge group post when I'm like, hey, I'm looking for 10 women, or I'm looking for 10 moms, or I'm looking for whatever, or I have a webinar coming up, I recycle those posts. Again, the Google Drive is great to save those posts. Or you can click simply on Facebook, save post, and you can go into your saved post. So I do that too. So don't be afraid to post a few times about, I'm super excited to be a coach. Hey, you know, I'd love the accountability. If anybody's interested in joining my next group, you know, I'd love for people to join me. Hey, you know, I'm looking for accountability here. I hope you guys can keep track of me. You know, anything that's putting it out there and you're being real and honest, it doesn't matter how many times or when you post, but you'll just find, you know, when you get the most traction on things, and that's when you're going to want to post and, you know, do your jabs at your challenge groups and sneak peeks and all that fun stuff.
Yeah,
I hope that
that's
answers
awesome. Oh yeah, definitely. Thank you.
Any other questions? Ryan, you had unmuted for a minute. Did you have a question?
Well, yeah, I just sent the email to a customer to get their challenge pack, and I accidentally clicked coach. So I was just going to ask what the easiest way to
Yes,
fix
I have
that
a video
was.
actually processing, but let me screen share. I have it pulled up right now. So let me screen share really quick. I'll show you how to do that, because I know a few other people had that question too. Okay, so when you have your mobile account, is this what you used, Ryan?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you just clicked new coach.
Yeah.
So if you go to your home page and go click on status, you can click on whoever's name.
Okay.
Click on their name, and then you can edit their profile. So you can contact, and you can resend their confirmation email. So I do this a few times, or you can view their profile, or you can modify enrollment, and then just resend it.
Beautiful. Thank you.
You're welcome. No, it took me forever. I didn't even know you could do that for a long time too. So somebody was like, Bree, just click. I'm like, well, I didn't know it said status. I don't know what status is. Again, the tech savvy, not tech savvy over here. So
I just got really excited, and then she got the email. She's like, "Am I signing up as a coach too?" And I was like, "Well, I mean, if you want to, but no, I'm sorry."
You can just edit it. Yep.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions? Stacy?
Yes. Hey, I have a couple of coaches that are really interested in starting, but I've never really coached coaches, and I don't want to overwhelm them with a whole bunch of information all at once. I kind of want them, to start out with the basics of what they need. And sometimes I know we can throw so much at them sometimes that they're like, oh my gosh, I didn't know what I was getting into.
50 groups and like 5.
Yeah, right. So I'm trying to decide what's the best things to start her with, I guess.
I would send, if they're challengers starting out as well as coaches, so like they haven't done a challenge group yet, I keep it really simple. In the same day, I'll send them a welcome challenger email. So my welcome challenger email is pretty simple. It sends a link to join my challenge group on Facebook. I have a lifetime group, so it's the same. It says, things they can start with and, what they can expect as far as charges go. And then I have a YouTube video that's in that email. And it says, welcome new challenger. This is what you can expect from me. And then within a few hours of that same day, I send a new coach email. And it's really, really simple. It says, welcome to the team. You can expect me to join, to be adding you into a team page. This is the name of it. This is what it is. And then I have a video and it says, just let me know through text or message me on Facebook what kind of coach you want to be. And it's a video just explaining the different types of coaches. You can use that same video. It's on YouTube. And then it kind of gets the conversation going of how fast-paced does this person want to go. If they're like, I wanted the discount, maybe I want to talk to a few people. I'm like, I'm not going to push them. I'm going to treat them like a challenger, something like that. So I started out with those 2 emails and kind of get the conversation going from there. If they want training, then I start tagging them in files and stuff in the team page.
Okay, perfect. Because I'm having a conversation with her on Sunday. I've already sent her my new challenger email. She seems really excited. She wants to sell 3 a month because she wants her Shakeology paid for. So I think she's pretty motivated. So
so I would send her a video.
I'll look up your video. Yeah.
Cool.
Thanks.
You're welcome. All right, guys. If there's no other questions, I think we're going to all get kicked off because it says less than a minute. So if you have questions, ask in the team page. I'll have this video uploaded to YouTube under team calls. Have a good night, guys.